Welcome to this video lecture on electrochemistry. The electronic concept of matter makes the entire chemistry a branch known as electrochemistry. Electrochemistry relates electricity and chemistry. Therefore, the study of electrochemistry should involve all the physical and chemical processes and reactions that are generating electricity, or it should involve the physical and chemical processes or chemical reactions that are occurring with the utilization of electricity. Therefore, all the matters that are involved in the study of electrochemistry should be a conductor of electricity. That conductor of electricity may be either in the form of a metallic conductor or electrolytic conductor. We all studied well about the metallic conductors, their types in our lower classes, and therefore the electrolytic conductors fall under the purview of electrochemistry. In this video lecture, we will know the basic definitions and units of electrical resistance, electrolytic conductance, specific resistance, specific conductance, equivalent conductance, molar conductance, and cell constant. First, we will see what is an electrolytic conductor. An electrolytic conductor is a solution of soluble salts, acids or bases in water or any other solvents. An electrolytic conductor conducts electricity through the movement of its ions. Hence, an electrolytic conductor is otherwise called as an ionic conductor. What happens in an electrolytic conductor? Upon passing electricity, the electrolyte undergo dissociation. The charged ions move towards the respective electrodes. The negatively charged ions move towards the positively charged electrode known as the anode, and the positively charged ions move towards the negatively charged electrode known as the cathode. As the ions are heavy, the conducting power of the electrolytic conductors are less compared to the metallic conductor, but we may increase the conductivity power by raising the temperature. And according to Ohm's law, we know that if the temperature is remaining constant, then I is directly proportional to V. To replace the proportionality, we are introducing a constant 1 by R. So, I am getting I is equal to V into 1 by R. That means I is equal to V by R. That R we define it as the electrical resistance. This is the basic definition first we should learn. How to define electrical resistance then? Electrical resistance is defined as the hindrance offered by an object to the flow of current through it. The SI unit of resistance is ohm. Then the reciprocal of electrical resistance R is defined as the electrolytic conductance G. How to define it? Then it is defined as the ease with which the electricity flows through a solution. I am repeating, electrolytic conductance G is a measure of the ease with which the electricity flows through a solution. Therefore, I am getting G is equal to 1 by R. To get the unit of G, we have to substitute the unit of resistance, that is ohm, in this equation. So, I am getting G is equal to 1 by ohm, or otherwise I could say the unit of conductance is ohm power minus 1, and in the reverse order mho, MHO. It is otherwise called as Siemen, that is SIEMEN, and it is designated as capital S. Then in the case of metallic conductors, the resistance varies directly as its length and inversely as its cross-sectional area. So what I am getting, R is directly proportional to L by A, and we get R is equal to constant into L by A. If that constant is replaced by rho, we got R is equal to rho into L by A. That rho we call it as specific resistance. In this equation, if I am substituting L as 1 meter and A as 1 meter square, then what I am getting, R is equal to rho. That rho we defined it as specific resistance. How to then define specific resistance? Specific resistance rho is defined as an object having 1 meter length and 1 meter square cross-sectional area. Then we have to define what is meant by what is meant by the specific conductance kappa. Kappa is the reciprocal of specific resistance. Let us imagine two electrodes that are kept at a distance of 1 meter length and the area of cross section 1 meter square. If we fill the electrolyte in between these two electrodes, then the conductance what we are measuring will be called as the specific conductance. That means conductance of 1 meter cube of the material we have taken in between the two electrodes is nothing but its specific conductance. To derive the unit for kappa, we know that kappa is equal to 1 by rho. That means R is equal to constant into L by A. We have already defined in electrical resistance and we are going to substitute now here instead of rho. Therefore, what I am getting, kappa is equal to L by A into 1 by R. What is that 1 by R? 1 by R is the conductance. So, kappa is equal to L by A into conductance. Now, we have to substitute the unit for L, A and conductance. Therefore, what I am getting, kappa is equal to meter by meter square into Siemens. Therefore, what I am getting finally as the unit of specific conductance, kappa is equal to meter by meter square means meter power minus 1 into Siemens. So, the SI unit of specific conductance kappa is equal to Siemens per meter. Till now, in defining the specific resistance and the specific conductance, we mentioned only about the length, area of cross section and volume of the solution. So, therefore, these properties are suitable for characterizing the metallic conductance. But in the case of electrolytic conductance, where the conducting power depends on the number of the charge carriers, that is ions, we have to use another two terms which are equivalent conductance lambda and molar conductance lambda m. First, we will see what is meant by equivalent conductance. An equivalent conductance is defined as the conducting power of all the ions produced by 1 gram equivalent of an electrolyte in a solution. I am repeating, it is the conducting power of all the ions produced by 1 gram equivalent of an electrolyte in a solution is known as equivalent conductance. Next, we have to derive the relationship between the kappa and lambda. For that, let us imagine the electrolyte of 1 meter cube volume is placed in between the two electrodes that are kept at a distance of 1 meter apart. Then the conductance what I am measuring will be equal to its specific conductance. And suppose if I am adding 1 gram equivalent of the electrolyte, then that conductance we measured may also be called as its equivalent conductance. So, what I am getting now, the measured conductance G is equal to specific conductance kappa into equivalent conductance. Suppose if I am going to dilute the electrolyte to 1000 cubic meters, then the conductance G is equal to 1000 into kappa, where 1000 is the volume now I am having in between the two electrodes. So, if I am going on diluting, then the G value will also be multiplied that many times of dilution into the specific conductance kappa. But still remember, I am having only 1 gram equivalent of the electrolyte. Therefore, G is equal to 1000 into kappa is equal to lambda. So, in general, I could write it as G is equal to 1000 into kappa into lambda. That means the volume of dilution into kappa is equal to lambda. Therefore, lambda is equal to kappa into 5, where 5 represents the volume of the solution in the electrolyte. And to get the unit for lambda, let us substitute the unit of kappa and 5. So, what I am now getting it as lambda is equal to Siemens per meter into meter cube. That means lambda is equal to Siemens power meter minus 1 into meter cube will be meter square. So, I am getting the unit of equivalent conductance as lambda is equal to Siemens meter square. Then, we have to see what is meant by the molar conductance lambda. Molar conductance lambda is defined as the conducting power of all the ions produced by 1 mole of the electrolyte in a solution, and we can get the value of molar conductance by multiplying the specific conductance with a volume of solution in meter cube containing 1 mole of the electrolyte. Suppose I am having C number of moles, then lambda m is equal to kappa into 1 by C. So to get the unit for lambda m, let us substitute the unit of kappa and C. Therefore lambda m is equal to Siemens per meter into 1 by mole into meter power minus 3. So what I am getting finally as the unit of lambda m is Siemens meter square into mole power minus 1. Therefore the unit of specific molar conductance is lambda m is Siemens meter square per mole. Then how to measure the molar conductance and equivalent conductance? We will see it now. For that we are using a special device called as the conductivity cell, and we know that in the case of specific conductance, kappa is equal to L by A into conductance. That means kappa is equal to L by A into 1 by R. That is the reciprocal of resistance, what we are calling it as conductance. So I will able to obtain the equivalent conductance and molar conductance only by measuring the specific conductance. That specific conductance will be equal to the conductance what I am measuring only when L by A is fixed as 1 meter L and 1 meter square cross sectional area. Practically it is not feasible. Therefore what we have to do is that we have to multiply the measured conductance by a factor L by A that depends on the conductivity shell we are using for the measurement of conductance. That factor L by A therefore is a constant for a type of electrolyte we are for a type of conductivity cell we are using. That constant we call it as cell constant, and therefore the unit of cell constant is meter power minus 1. I already mentioned in practicals for measuring the equivalent conductance and molar conductance we are using a device known as the conductivity cell. The conventional conductivity cell is shown here. It consists of 2 electrodes that are kept at fixed distance rigidly, and they are connected to the outer circuit by 2 platinum wires. And this apparatus we are using in all the physical chemistry practicals, and it will have a certain value for K. Thank you.